Everyone says the same thing. Playing at home is an advantage. The crowd supports you. You know the stadium. You don't have to travel across the world. Everything feels familiar. But what if every one of those advantages actually becomes a trap? Because history tells us something football fans often ignore. The pressure of playing at home has broken teams that were expected to become champions. And in 2026, the United States may be walking into the biggest psychological test in its football history. The American dream. For decades, American soccer has been chasing one dream: to become a true football nation. The 2026 World Cup is supposed to be that moment. The biggest tournament, played on home soil. Millions of fans, packed stadiums, a chance to inspire an entire generation. Everything appears perfect. But that's exactly where the danger begins. Because expectations grow faster than confidence. The moment people begin saying, "This is our tournament," every mistake suddenly feels like a national disappointment. The hidden curse of hosting. People love talking about home advantage. They rarely talk about home pressure. Playing away simplifies football. Silence the crowd. Focus on the game. Go home. Playing at home is different. Every newspaper expects victory. Every television station analyzes every mistake. Every social media post becomes criticism. Family watches. Friends watch. Former players watch. An entire country watches. Eventually, you stop playing football. You start trying not to disappoint everyone. That changes everything. When pressure becomes the opponent, pressure doesn't arrive all at once. It grows. One headline, one expectation, one prediction, one difficult performance, then another. Soon, the players aren't thinking about winning. They're thinking about avoiding failure. And once that happens, decision-making changes. Simple passes become difficult. Shots become rushed. Confidence disappears. Football stops becoming instinct. It becomes calculation. And calculation is dangerous at the highest level. History has warned us before. Football has seen this story before. Powerful nations hosting tournaments. Entire countries believing destiny had arrived. Sometimes, it ends in celebration. Other times, it ends in heartbreak. Because pressure doesn't care about talent. Pressure doesn't care about rankings. Pressure attacks the mind. The players who survive are not always the most gifted. They are the ones who remain emotionally stable while millions demand perfection. That is the real World Cup battle. Why this is different for the USMNT. The United States enters this tournament carrying something unique. Not just hopes of winning matches, but hopes of changing football forever in America. Every victory could inspire millions of children. Every defeat could become a national headline. Christian Pulisic and his teammates won't simply represent 11 players. They'll represent the future of soccer in one of the world's biggest sporting markets. That responsibility cannot be measured by statistics. It can only be felt. And sometimes, the weight of expectations becomes heavier than any opponent standing across the pitch. The real enemy. People believe Team USA's biggest challenge will be another country. Maybe Paraguay. Maybe Turkey. Maybe Australia. Maybe a European giant later in the tournament. But what if the biggest opponent never wears another jersey? What if it's fear? Fear of failure. Fear of letting an entire nation down. Fear of wasting the biggest opportunity in American football history. Because championships are rarely decided by talent alone. They are decided by mindset. And in 2026, the United States won't just be fighting the world's best teams. They'll be fighting the enormous expectations that come with playing at home. Hosting a World Cup sounds like the perfect advantage. Until every stadium becomes a courtroom. Every match becomes a final. Every mistake becomes unforgettable. The world believes home soil guarantees success. History says otherwise. Because football isn't won by the team with the loudest crowd. It's won by the team that stays calm when the crowd becomes unbearable. The real question isn't whether Team USA is talented enough. The real question is, can they survive the pressure of their own dream? Because sometimes, the hardest opponent isn't across the field. It's inside your own mind.